and welcome back to another episode of the Universim. So I found this nest egg thing. I don't know what it is. It wobbles when you poke it, and if you poke it enough, you get slapped by a tentacle. It does that. I don't know. Answers on the postcard if anybody does know, but I don't know, unfortunately, and I haven't checked it, because again, I like to try and figure these things out myself. I did do it again, and then I tried chucking the beer on top of it to see if it eats the beer. The beer just died, though, and I don't think that's anything to do with it. I think that's just to do with me putting it down a bit too harsh. But yeah, just brought you back to show you that. Okay, so the geology research was completed, and that unlocks the iron mine. So moving that over, you can see it's usually mountainous areas. The lighter blue is where the resource is. So you want to get as much of that in your area, your green circle area, as possible. But it also needs to be somewhere that you can actually build, i.e. you can't just build on the top of a mountain. Realising there's a random forest fire here from a lightning strike, so just quickly jump over to the trickle for rain, and we'll put that fire out because we don't want to, one, destroy our own town, but two, destroy all the trees because they're good, right? They're keeping the oxygen and pollution in check, and that is a mechanic of the game. So that fire's out. We can now look at the iron mine again. And again, you just need to get as much of that light blue in as possible to get that number as high as possible, because that's the amount of resources you will get from that location and no more. So looking like I found a place around 2,000. That's a good number, I'd say. I have seen 3,000s, but usually that number is you can't put them down because you're in a position where you can't place it. So we are going to do what we always do, though, and put down a second. Again, I like to do these in two. Now, this is negatively affecting the mood, remember, so just keep an eye on that. It won't show until they're built, but it's important to make sure that your happiness stays down and your crime levels stay down. So there's a 2,500-600, is it? That's an excellent number. But also, this is a long way away from the town, right? So there's a lot of walking they're going to have to do here. And they're also way out of the engineer huts. So as you can see, and you can see from there how far we are away from our base. Or our town, sorry, not base. So I'm just going to put one of them down to cover each of those. Moving forward, we know then we'll definitely have support to keep them up and running. And the second one down there. And that's good. Eventually they will get built, but there's a lot of walking involved and a lot of carrying. Okay, so as you can see, the sirens are going. We're about a minute out from this alleged catastrophe of locusts. And of course, we just need these people to be safe. So clicking on the alarm bell next to where you can see the alert timer counting down will tell everybody to bunker down, and that is into the bunkers. They'll go into the bunkers or their houses or just a building. They'll stay inside to stay safe. Now, the locusts aren't that big of a deal, and
Nuggets were unable to find a coat big enough to fit the water pumps. As a result, they've frozen solid.
Winter scumming is what he's saying.
I hope you have water stored somewhere, creator.
So yeah, the locusts are here, and they are actually very easy to get rid of. You can see that grey cloud over there to the left, but I don't think I did it this time. So that grey cloud to the left there is the locust swarm. And to get rid of it, all you need to do is arm your fire spell, and poof, there you go. The locust swarm is dead. One fire spell wipes out that entire warning or event, and you're good to go for the next one, whatever that may be. Okay, so that box looks reasonably safe, and it's been researched reasonably well, so I think we're happy to open that. Now, I am going to open them slowly. Last time I did like all three at once, and it was a right mess. So we've got an Eiffel Tower token, some wood, and 3 duplicates, which are blue. Don't know what that's about. But also, I've just seen that person's ran for their life, and we can see there is a wolf attack coming in here. So my go-to here is loud. Yeah, the lighting is really loud. I will try and turn that down a little bit, but it is so loud. And that's that. The wolf attack is over. So back to the cubes. I am looking here to do a jolt of joy, just to give everybody a bit of a boost in case these go horribly wrong. But yeah, this one looks, it's about half researched, and that one is fully researched. So we'll pop that one, and there is a desert rose fragment, and what looks like a bit more wood. And yeah, this one's warning you because it's not fully completed. But that one, we got the leaning tower fragment and some oil and some glass from the one before that. So nothing tragic happened. We gained 3 duplicates, though they are blue. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be aliens or like a different race. I'm not sure. It doesn't really stipulate. But I'm going to now just get some parks built. Again, it's always a good idea to keep on top of the parks and the shops. Just the recreation in general. But as you can see, all of these legendary buildings, I've just got 1 tile for each. Apart from that one, the pyramid, we haven't got any tiles. So we're nowhere near building one of those. But hopefully we'll get to that at some point. Right, so in the height of winter again, but I am noticing, if you look in the top left, I've got a lot of creator points. 936, and it only goes to 1,000. It don't go above there. So what I'm actually going to do is change the season. You can do that, but it's expensive. It's like 400 to 700, depending on how many you skip. But if we just skip winter, we don't lose the water, we actually gain. The food doesn't drop because we can still carry on fishing, etc. So it's a win-win all round for resources. And also, again, the winters are just too wide for me. It's a bit on the eyes. There's a bunker, and as you can see, that's a lot of people in there. Only half of it is unlocked for now until you do the upgrade. But you're talking, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8... about 32 nuggets per bunker, and I think I built about 6, give or take 6 of them. So the definite ability to support our people and keep them safe in the event of a catastrophe. And another good research complete. So that's hunting. So that gives us the garrison, which is like a hunting lodge. This allows your duplicates to, and not duplicates, they are nuggets. I need to figure out what games I'm playing. Anyway, it allows your nuggets to hunt for small, medium, or large creatures. Obviously, small, it's 1 nugget. Medium is 3. And I think large is 4 or 5. I think it's 5.
I never thought I'd see the day that nuggets ascend.
I don't believe it has anything to do yet with the training, because you are able to train things. But at the first level, it's just about killing, really. So I just chuck 2 of them down straight away, get them prioritized, because that's another food resource. And also it doesn't stop in the winter, because you can still hunt the prey in the winter. So back to my old technique of chucking that resource into it, because they're in the way anyway. So they've got to remove them to build. So if I do it, it's instant and it doesn't take them forever to knock them out. But yeah, just give this a real quick boost and get them up and running as quick as possible. You have this annoying event appearance. These are like they're enemies, although they're neutral, but they keep coming and doing that lot and standing outside shouting. So I'm not entirely sure I know what the solution is or what that event is supposed to mean. But what I am going to do is just pick them up, take them to the other side of the planet where they came from, and splatter them on their own base. Because that's annoying. I've not attacked anybody. You can see just up at the top there was a red beam. That is showing that there is more. And I believe there's 3 or 4 in total. You can see it is warning me. We want to just sort out the votes first and make sure we get what we want there. But yeah, there are a number of them popping up doing this whole like riot type thing in front of a building. It doesn't state that it does anything, but I believe it does reduce the efficiency somewhat, otherwise what would be the point? So I've closed that, but there are more, and you can see them by red beams coming up out of the ground when there are people to obviously deal with. And there we go, some final touches, and the garrisons are up, so the first and second one are done. You can see there that they're set for medium by default, which needs 3 nuggets. I'm guessing large is 6, and we can't do that yet. I'm not sure, unless it sends out 2 groups at a time. But either way, you can see there that it needs 3 nuggets. And what will happen is they'll immediately go out and start hunting that type of creature. I'm sure some of them do fight back, but the ones that I've looked at haven't. You can build traps as well, though I haven't yet. The large trap is locked.
Another message. They don't stop coming.
At the minute,
Maybe
just
you should add a spam filter, or at least release a plague or something to cull.
It costs resources as well. So they're actually asking me to use a season change here because somebody's refusing to put clothes on. So they want me to make it winter so that they get cold and put clothes on. Which is a little bit annoying because I've only just took it out of winter, but now I'm going to have to force it to winter to make this nudist put some clothes on. And that is what I have to use the 300 creator points for, knocking me down from nearly 1,000, if you remember, to 18. But at least we completed the quest and gained, I think it was 10 new believers from that. And of course, the more believers you have, the quicker you get creator points. Just on the research there, you can see we're very close to finishing the guard towers, which gives us a bit of defense from wolf attacks and other civilizations moving forward. And there you go, the watchtowers. So that's what that one unlocks. But again, that is a negative in terms of the morale of the people. Now, these are the 3 nuggets, and we do go on a little adventure with them to watch them do a bit of hunting. And they're hunting that bear. So you can see they'll throw the spears. Strangely, you would expect the bear to fight back, but it isn't. So I'm not going to complain. So they chase it until it forgets. It starts, rinse and repeat, really. They catch up. Chuck the spears. Poor bear. But it's going to end up in our bellies anyway. And there you go. And then all they're going to do now is go over to that bear, cut up the meat, and transfer that back to base as food, which will be cooked in the kitchens. But on that note, I'm going to end the episode here. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome. Take care. Goodbye.